Alright, gang, I don't know if you hear about this shorty, but Isabella going crazy, yo. How you gonna kill your own moms, yo? What?
The courtroom clips you're witnessing went viral, and though you've probably seen them, no one has ever seen the shocking exclusive footage we obtained that reveals the full story behind the unpredictable case.
Oh, yeah,
You're the
yeah.
most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
No.
You're not getting out of jail. It makes me physically sick to look at you.
Do the DNA test will prove me
Don't
right.
tell me how to do my job.
I watch Forensic Files.
Do you believe everything they put on TV is real? How stupid are you? Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
Bruh.
You've come in here trying to act like you're so
What they doing?
goddamn smart.
This is Isabella Guzman. In approximately 3 seconds, she will be confronted, resulting in one of the strangest moments in an interrogation we've ever seen.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Come back out here for a second. Do you recognize her? Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Yo.
Is he insane?
What you mean by who are
You
you?
ruined my whole life because I have some random crazy like me.
Your life ended last night when you decided to go kill your mother.
You left her to die. Brutally. On a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
In one of the most brutal
What?
acts of violence the state of Colorado has ever seen, a teenage girl viciously takes the life of her own mother inside their family home. It's an incomprehensible crime, but what authorities find to be even more disturbing is that the suspect claims to be a completely different person who didn't have anything to do with the gruesome killing. As the unbelievable investigation begins to unfold, it becomes increasingly apparent that not everything is as it seems, and behind the diabolical act lies a most insane and unpredictable motive.
All you people suck. And that bitch is probably crazy as shit. And she's gonna go kill somebody else.
It was a typical
What?
summer's evening on Wednesday, August 28th, 2013, in Aurora, Colorado.
They got the right person,
47-year-old
right?
Yumi Hoy returned to her home around 9:30, bringing dinner for her husband, 40-year-old Ryan Hoy. Working another tiring day at her photography studio at the Aurora Town Center Mall, she looked forward to spending some time with her family, also consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman.
So
However,
stepmother
the
she
teenager
killed, bro?
had a more sinister agenda for the night.
Crazy.
Ryan tells his wife that Isabella is home, but he's unsure of exactly where she is. Yumi
At 18?
suggests that she and Ryan take a walk after she showers, to which he agrees. Only a few short minutes go by before the unthinkable happens. Ryan is enjoying his dinner when a violent pounding sound begins to shake the house, followed by a haunting scream. He quickly sprints upstairs, where his wife's screams are only intensifying as she calls his name for help. Ryan's adrenaline is racing as he finally reaches the bathroom, but the door is locked. He makes several attempts to break in, but
She
someone is
locked the
pushing
door too,
against him,
gang.
ensuring
Gang,
that
she
they can
locked the
finish
door.
gruesome act taking place behind the door. Still, Ryan continues trying to get in, hoping to come to his wife's aid. At the same time, he dials 911. It seems almost impossible to break into the room as the sounds of a brutal fight fills the home. But then, Ryan makes a shocking discovery. In the midst of the terrifying ordeal, he's horrified to see blood pouring out from underneath the door. And now the
Yo.
screams have slowly transformed into an eerie silence.
Yo.
The door opens. 18-year-old Isabella stands over her mom's lifeless body with a bloodied knife in hand. She doesn't utter a
Yo.
word. In the blink of an eye, she runs out of the room past Ryan, who's in an absolute state of shock. The bathroom is covered in blood, where Yunmi's body is lying on top of a baseball bat. When police arrived, Isabella was nowhere to be found. And
What?
so began a manhunt for the teenager. Although that would only last one day, as they located Isabella over 12 hours later. hiding in a
shorty
parking
crazy.
garage off of South Parker Road.
South
When they
Park.
actually sat down for an interrogation, they had no idea of exactly who they were going to be speaking with, or what was going to happen in this roller coaster of an investigation.
Let's get
The
into it.
following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed
Yo, gang, you notice how he say that every time? I don't know if y'all be watching this or this channel, if y'all be following them, but my man's be saying that every time, bro. The following has been looked over by. How many teammates y'all got, bro?
Never before seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team.
Analyzed.
A licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
You left her to die brutally on a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
How does
Please
that
stop
feel?
accusing me of
just
this.
tell me how that feels.
Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. I will show you that I am not this freaky, horrible person. I want to meet my boyfriend. He's probably worried about me.
You aren't going to meet anybody.
I wish you could help us.
What boyfriend?
That's all.
When you prove that I am not her, I'll be able to go.
Isabella states that her name is actually Samantha Gonzalez and that she is 15 years old. However, the detectives are well aware that this is not the truth.
So she's 110 pounds? That's really skinny. I'm 148 pounds.
Isabella, please.
What? Hey, yo, you
Don't call me
tripping?
Isabella.
That's
really
your name?
filthy. My name is not Isabella. My name is Samantha. There are people in this world who look alike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are not, like, all knowing. You don't know everything. You're just accusing me of all this stuff that I didn't do.
We know what you we know what you did. And we know
Shorty
who you
crazy,
are.
yo.
We know
Her
how it
pops
happened.
came in and
You guys are
identified her.
completely wrong. You got the wrong girl.
No, we don't. We don't have the wrong girl, and you know that.
Hey, but she's sticking to it.
How did it feel
How did it feel?
when you did what you did? How did it feel?
I didn't
feel
kill
good?
anybody. That's disgusting.
Did it feel good?
It's disgusting. You guys really think I'm a murderer?
Yeah, we're not joking.
Did it make you feel powerful?
Just you.
Yes or no? Simple question. Did it make you feel powerful to do what you did?
Oh my god. I did not kill anyone. Can you guys stop, like, interrogating me? You're just gonna keep going and on and on. I'm really just trying to get fingerprinted so I can meet my boyfriend, so he can prove to you.
You'd
that
like
we
us
have
just
the
to
same
leave, wouldn't you?
fingerprints.
Wouldn't you just like us to leave?
We don't have the same fingerprints. We're not the
Wouldn't
same
you like us all just to go away, rewind back 12 hours, and have this never happen? We'd all like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could have, like, not walked to the parking garage so you would have not mistaken me for being someone else.
Or we're
Yeah,
past,
we just
we're
never
way
really
past that. We're even not gonna
Worst
acknowledge
shortcut
that
of my
anymore.
life.
What Isabella fails to mention is that she wasn't merely walking through the parking garage, but rather hiding. And in addition to locating the suspect, police discovered an array of items relating to the brutal crime that
Nah.
Isabella also failed to conceal.
This
Okay.
is not gonna go anywhere. You guys keep accusing me of being this girl, and I'm not her.
What'd your mother
She
do?
had the knife on her, son.
Repeating yourselves over and over.
Son,
We're not
she
gonna
had the
acknowledge
knife
fact
on
that
her.
you're not telling us who you are. We're moving right past that.
The detectives don't spend any time trying to build rapport with Isabella.
Like, for real. Why would you keep the knife on you and then try to claim you're not this person? What a coincidence. You got the same knife. Like, what, bro? Shorty ain't think this one through at all.
Which can damage their ability to get her to speak honestly with them. Not only that, but they appear to be jumping straight into a part of the read technique where they reject her lies so that she doesn't become entrenched in repeating them and accusing her. To start an interrogation this way is very unusual. They may be trying
She
a few
unusual.
different techniques to see what works, but so far they aren't doing a very good job of squashing
How
her
do you
lie.
fight the unusual with the unusual,
Was it
son?
the weed? She didn't like the weed?
When offering to be fingerprinted, Isabella makes a
He said,
declaratory statement
"Was it weed?"
indicating that she feels confident. This could mean that she
I love to
strongly
hear
believes
people
what
say
she's saying.
the
When
weed.
someone has schizophrenia, they often experience hallucinations and delusions that cause them to hear, see, or feel things that do not exist. Delusions can lead to strong beliefs or perceptions that are not based in reality. This altered perception of the world can create a stark contrast between their experiences and what others perceive, leading to a profound disconnect from shared reality.
What weed? I don't know
Marijuana?
this
She liked the marijuana in your place?
What?
Is that what it was? For
Marijuana?
Christ's sake, you had the master bedroom in the house. What parent gives
I
up
am
their
not
master
this
bedroom?
girl.
What
Oh
parent
my
gives up
god.
their
I am
Bro,
master
look at
not
that
this
room,
girl.
son.
Explain that. Who does that?
I am not
mean,
this girl.
What kind of a horrible parent does that?
That's not
Gives up their master
terrible.
bedroom to their daughter.
That sounds
You know,
terrible.
whoever this person is that she accused me of being is probably really terrible, but I
Didn't your mother give you a job? Didn't she teach you? Didn't she give you a job, give you
My
employment?
mother's name is Sabrina.
And that's the way you thank her?
The shocking secrets that Isabella kept would slowly but surely unravel.
My mother's name is
Detectives
Sabrina.
simply want to know why
Okay.
she committed such an unbelievable crime. But it seems that not even she can answer this question.
This can't be happening to me right now. This can't be happening. This can't.
It is.
I never killed anybody.
You killed your mom last night.
No, I did not.
Yep.
No, I did not.
We're going to be able to prove it. Yes, we are going to be able. We are going to be able to prove it.
Prove me innocent.
She said, "I would like you to prove me innocent."
We have a very solid investigation. Okay.
Okay.
This case will be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and you will probably spend the rest of your life in prison. That's what's going to happen to you.
Part of the Reed technique is to present irrefutable evidence to trap the suspect in their lies. However, here the detectives are using unsure and uncertain language, such as "we're going to prove it" rather than "we can prove it," which won't be as effective. As
I
well,
swear,
the
I be
Reed
studying
technique
these
teaches
things though,
detectives
son.
to avoid talking
I
about
be studying these, so okay. That's what you call unsure language? Yeah. I mean,
such as "we're going to prove it" rather than "we can prove it."
yes, we
which
can.
won't be as effective. As well, the Reed technique teaches detectives to avoid talking about the consequences and to minimize the crime in order to get the suspect's defenses down and to keep them talking.
Right,
By already
right.
threatening punishment, the suspect loses any incentive to keep
Yeah, he
talking.
went all the way.
Throughout all of this,
Only thing
Isabella
above
has
that, he
remained
could have said,
confident
"You
in
getting
her
the death
denials.
penalty."
It appears that detectives may have been upset by the crime when they started the interview, and then grew frustrated because Isabella isn't budging. And now they're letting their emotions lead them. So far, this is really poor interrogation practice.
Facts.
And it seems
And
as
she
though they
mad
aren't
calm.
following any actual plan or technique.
Shorty mad calm.
Isabella states that she will soon
Relatively.
be proven innocent. In the meantime, she wishes to see her boyfriend, although future revelations would reveal that this would be easier said than done, for one very strange reason.
How about we give you a few minutes to think about it?
Think about what?
The truth.
I already told you the truth.
And that's the story you're going to stick with?
It's the truth. What do you mean? I'm not
Well-
gonna lie to you and tell you I'm a murderer.
I have a feeling at some point
She said
you're gonna
it's the
change your
truth.
mind, and you're going to probably look back on this day, today, right now,
No, I will
with
not.
some regrets, because you're
She
going to have
said,
an
"No, I will
opportunity
not."
today to set
The
the record straight
attitude.
on why you did what you did, and there may
No,
be
I will not.
maybe some reason in your mind that makes sense.
No, I will not.
The detectives now seem to be jumping to different steps of the Reed technique, such as skipping over minimizing the crime or offering an alternative theory for why the crime was committed.
Yeah, they going all out.
Stating that it's her opportunity to speak without presenting any reason why she should take the opportunity is ineffective. They shouldn't rant about how horrible the crime is, as this will just stop her from speaking.
Right.
Rather, they should have started with rapport building, introduced themselves, and treated her like a normal human being. Then they could have started asking her about her night, what she'd been up to, and see what her story was before they started finding the holes.
Right,
Though it can
right.
feel uncomfortable to try to establish rapport with someone who has committed a horrendous act, it's essential to the interrogation process. It's as though these detectives were too uncomfortable, so they skipped that part.
I am Samantha Gonzalez. You have got the
Your
wrong
actions
person.
today are going to have a very, very
Oh
big
my
impact
God,
on the rest
man.
of your life.
You guys keep interrogating me.
Isabella has a very flat affect when she speaks, which is common with individuals with schizophrenia. Even with her displays of anger earlier, she doesn't really show much on her face, which is another feature of individuals with schizophrenia.
Jeez.
What the hell is going on? Can you please just...
Do you understand what I'm saying, Isabella? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't call me Isabella.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not Isabella.
Your decisions today are going to have a big impact on the rest of your life. You're 18 years
Yo,
old.
brother. Yo, what if she really has something, like some sort of mental disorder, like schizophrenia, like they're saying, or bipolar, or multi-personality, or something? Poor girl. Poor girl. Because, I mean, if so be the case, then in her right frame of mind, she probably wouldn't kill her stepmother, right? And then with that said, at some point, she would or should hopefully regain her right state of mind. And can you imagine how she would feel when she finds out all this went down, bro, and she had no control over it? It's like she's not even herself. Man, I don't know how this story ends. Like, I really don't. This is my first time hearing about this girl, but like, based on how the narrator is narrating, it sounds like she really got the schizophrenia, John, or she really got something. And obviously, these are detectives who are alive to the situation and don't have hindsight like the narrator does. Doesn't seem to realize that yet. They seem to think that she's just playing them, you feel me? Which is understandable. Anyone in that situation would probably feel like, dog, you play... Yo, are you playing with us right now? Like, are you... What? You just killed your mom. You know what I mean? Like, anybody would be like, what? Yo, this person is playing stupid right now? Nah, how insulting. You know what I mean? So, nobody wins in this situation, bro. And then the father loses a wife and a daughter to mental issues we don't yet understand fully. Like, that's sad, bro. That's just a sad... This right here is just a sad situation, for real.
Team, fingerprint me.
No, you're not in charge.
Unless I'm entirely wrong and she's playing everybody right now. You feel me? Then that's just crazy, son.
Arrest me because I look like somebody. That's wrong.
It is you.
It's not me.
It's strange that they don't take Isabella up on her offer to be fingerprinted, as they could use the fingerprints as evidence to show her that she can't deny she was involved. The detective seems to not want to give Isabella the power to demand something, and he's trying to make her feel powerless by denying her suggestion. He also seems to be making the interrogation personal, which is one of the worst things an investigator can do, as he's not even using interrogation techniques anymore. In this bid for power and control, he's missed an opportunity to gather the evidence to confront her. However, there's also the possibility that this is a procedural issue, as it's usually mandated by state law that fingerprints, and in some cases DNA, be taken from suspects. Perhaps the police figure they'll have them soon enough and didn't want to bother getting her fingerprints earlier.
You're acting like you're running this investigation.
What do you mean?
You're demanding to be fingerprinted. You're demanding to be weighed.
Don't I have a right?
Telling us that you're not this person, that we've made a big mistake, we've arrested the
Don't I
wrong
have
person.
a right to prove that I am innocent? Yes, right?
I mean, everything she's saying is valid.
Somebody please to fingerprint me?
Do you understand the law?
Kind of. I've never been arrested or anything before.
Where'd you go to high school?
Everything she's saying so far is valid, though.
Montgomery High School, Ohio.
Montgomery?
Yeah.
Notice
Why
that
he say that?
Isabella's foot started moving suddenly, though she's been mostly still throughout.
Unless
This
she
is a
lying about
sign
the
of her
school.
anxiety around this topic of questioning. Individuals with delusions can become anxious when confronted about something not covered by their delusion. It's like
Right.
if the typical person went out drinking and woke up with a gap in their memory.
Like
When
a
asked about the
glitch.
fuzzy spot, they would be confused and easily suggestible, which would lead to anxiety. The brain makes up answers if it doesn't remember. Everyone's brain does this. As humans, we are uncomfortable with blank spots and uncertainty, so our brain will fill the gap with something to make us feel better. This may be what we're seeing here.
I got kicked out,
No,
though.
you didn't go there. You went to Overland.
You're Overland High
You went to
School
Overland
graduate.
High School.
No, I
You're in the
didn't.
yearbook.
She went to Overland High School. I did not.
No. She is you.
No, she's not.
Okay, well, she is, but is this just your way of dealing with this? You pretend you're somebody you're not? I mean, is that your mechanism for...
He did not just do that, bro.
I'm not scared or anything at all because I know that I'm not this person.
So you're not scared at all?
Because I'm not her.
Are you on any drugs?
No.
Any prescription medication?
No.
You
Bro.
ever been to a doctor for anything?
I've been sick before, like every other normal person.
Yeah.
What kind of things have you had? What kind of sicknesses?
Regular colds, nothing serious.
You been to a psychiatrist?
No,
You ever been
Bruh.
diagnosed with any mental problems?
no.
The detectives ask Isabella various questions to ensure that she has all of her faculties.
Do you know what month it is?
This is August, right?
August? Do you know what day it is?
No, I haven't had my phone in a while. What day is it today?
So you do have a phone.
I did back in my
No,
house.
you just said
I left it behind.
Do you drink?
No,
Did you drink anything last night?
no,
Take any pills last night?
no,
Smoke any weed last night?
no.
So you would have been in a clear head last night. Not under the influence of anything.
I didn't kill anybody.
That's not what I asked you.
I'm perfectly normal, bro.
Perfectly normal?
Yeah,
Who are your friends?
don't really have any friends. All I have is my boyfriend.
That's what everybody we talked to said about you. Said you don't have any
No
friends.
Damn.
People that usually sit in that chair or accused of murder don't have any friends.
These statements are not only personal attacks, but also
Right?
antagonistic.
Right?
Those who kill other people often come in many varieties. There's no set rule.
Right.
Most people say you're mean and they don't like you.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess she's a mean person then.
No,
I'm not
you're the
her.
mean person.
I'm not a mean person.
You're not insane. You're a mean person.
I'm not a
He
mean
coming at
person.
her hard.
Isabella's foot only seems to move when she's uncomfortable. Here it appears to be because she doesn't like being called a mean person, and because they're attacking her. Understandably, most people value being well regarded, liked, and not being seen as mean. So it makes perfect sense that this would increase her anxiety. What's most interesting here, though, is that despite the fact that she should be really uncomfortable and leaning away from the detectives, she's not.
She's leaning in.
She's leaning forward towards them.
No, I am not.
And you're a terrible liar.
No, I am
This
not.
makes no sense at all.
No, you're
So
right
if you
about
just want
that.
to
It
sit there
doesn't
and
make
be a
any sense at
cold-blooded
all.
killer who the jury will convict in 10 minutes of first-degree murder for killing their mother, then keep it up, Isabella.
The detectives want to know why Isabella
Wow.
would brutally kill her own mother, but the answer is unlike anything they've heard before. There's much more to the story than meets the eye, but the disturbing case
Hey, yo.
is only just beginning.
Yo, if there
Sometimes people get
is,
mad, sometimes
you
people are
gotta
scared.
speed
Maybe
this
that's
up.
self-defense. Maybe she had a knife.
Only now do they decide to try to minimize the crime, but after they talk about her being a cold-blooded killer,
Yeah,
It's
no,
too late.
I don't know what happened with her and her life and who she is or what school she went to. That's not my problem. My problem right now is finding a boyfriend.
It's a funny game you're playing, but nobody's laughing. Do you think some juror sitting on a jury is going to believe that you're not the person we suspect killed their mother when you're caught right down the street with knife injuries to your hand?
Scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
I told you they were scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
Yes, it was. You're not going to bully me into admitting what you want me to like pretend
No,
to be
I
having.
suspect we're probably not. I mean, that's a decision you have to make in your own head. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're 18 years of age. You understand why you're here. You know
Bro,
what
she
you've done.
has a way
You're given an
better
opportunity to
grip
talk about what you've done. You're given an
on
opportunity
her
to do so
emotions
legally.
right now than these
Why
two
you did it.
professionals.
And you've continued on this crazy ass story that this you have nothing to do with this, and that story is not believable. We
It
don't
doesn't
believe
have to be believable. It will be proven.
If the police don't believe you, what do you think happens?
You go to
Oh.
court.
Yeah, you go to jail.
It's
Well,
not about if the police believes you or not, bro. Like, you see how they have such a flawed thinking?
and if this is
Who
your way of
cares if
trying
the police
to get
believe
through it,
you?
then,
It's
so be it.
what is
If
proven
this
in
you
court
will,
to be
and
right or wrong
obviously we don't
amongst a
believe you.
peer of your,
We don't believe
a
anything
jury
you
of
told
your
us you did.
peers.
And my
If the
my guess
police
is
don't
probably
believe you, you
on
see
the
how
same
they
road. That's
think,
like,
bro?
You don't know what you're talking about, and pretending that none of this applies to you, and you're not that person. And I don't know what TV show you
If the
watched
police
that,
don't believe you, it's
obviously they're
probable
gonna come up with a
probable
plan for
cause, and that's
defending
it.
yourself against a murder charge.
Shut
but
your mouth,
it's-
bro.
it's not gonna
Like,
work.
that's it. If the police
you're so
don't
tired.
believe you,
I'm sleeping
and they
outside all night.
have
You're sleeping
Walked
out
around
running from the
trying
police
to
all
find
night.
my boyfriend.
probable cause, and that's it.
I didn't mention
Actually, you were
it.
sleeping in a Jeep.
Anything else is abuse of
Yeah,
power,
he's
bro.
not
They
hard
just
enough
have
to
this
do that.
warped
Yeah,
mentality, bro. So many
Why do you
people.
lie about this where you were sleeping?
Somebody saw you.
How do you think we found you? Somebody saw you and called us.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Isabella was sitting in a blue Jeep Wrangler in a parking garage off of South Parker Road when someone noticed her. But what they found to be even more suspicious was the various items sitting outside of the vehicle, such as a backpack and clothes. The car was actually being held for a client of a vehicle service, where a company employee immediately notified police once they spotted the teenager.
Your picture's all over the TV news media.
Okay, here's a picture of a girl that looks like me as a little bit too.
No, your picture is on there. What kind of a grand coincidence would it be that you just happen to look like this person?
Bro, clearly
Isabella, this is
Don't call me Isabella.
This is really
something is wrong, bro. Like clearly
it's
something
frustrating. I'm sure
is
you're
wrong.
frustrated too. You would feel better. We'd have a better understanding of why you did what you did. Maybe
I
somewhere
didn't do
down,
any of this stuff, man.
somewhere down the
Can you
line,
just fingerprint me?
God would find a way to forgive you.
Can you
I don't
please
know if he will or
fingerprint me?
not. My
Fingerprint
God's
me.
not going to forgive you, but your God might, for all I know. Who knows?
What? What? Bro, what? Bring it back, bro. You see, this. This man say, somewhere down the line, maybe God will forgive you. Well, my God won't forgive you, but maybe your God will. Bro, Christians nowadays are so lost, bro. What an unchristian thing to say. What a worldly, secular thing to say. You missed something in Sunday school. How you gonna say that? And call yourself Christian? But
You feel better.
look,
We'd have a better understanding
watch.
of why you did what you did.
What an
Somewhere down the
arrogant,
line.
ignorant
Somewhere
thing
down
to
the
say,
line.
bro.
Fingerprint me.
God would find a way to
Get
forgive
off
you.
your high horse, bro.
My God's not going to forgive you, but your God might, for all I know. Who knows?
Can you fingerprint me?
What?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I am listening
You
to
are.
you.
Okay.
Did you
What
stab
a
your mom?
bitch.
Whoever this girl is, whatever her
That's not
life
what I
is,
asked.
it's not
She didn't
about-
murder. You keep saying didn't murder anybody. Did
No.
you stab your mom?
No.
So
This
why
is the
would you
first
say
instance
that?
where Isabella is asked if she stabbed her mom, and her response is telling. It's also a response that will change later in the interrogation. We see Isabella engage in grooming behaviors, such as brushing her hair and face multiple times, and then we see her do an anchor point movement and shift her leg. Rather than being crossed, her leg is now at a 90-degree angle where it's become a barrier between her and the detectives. She also rubs her mouth, creating a cluster of nonverbal behaviors which indicate that she has increasing anxiety. When directly asked if she stabbed her mom, she delays answering before saying something unrelated.
You didn't take a knife and stab your mom last night.
No.
So the knife that we found is not going to have your fingerprints and your DNA on it?
No, it will not. She may look like me, but there's
No,
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 way we're
no.
gonna have the same.
I think it's probably going to.
You can think whatever you like, but the test don't lie.
Once again, they're using words like I think and probably. They don't even
Bro,
sound
clearly
sure or
this girl
confident
needs
when trying
help.
to refute her lies.
Hey, you're exactly right. Test is not lying.
I'm waiting for you to test.
The parking garage that you were in, you were caught, you were arrested where they pointed guns at you. The knife's in there.
Okay.
How do you explain that?
I walked to a parking garage that a knife was in.
Isabella, do you understand?
Stop
DNA?
calling me Isabella.
Do you
God damn it.
understand DNA evidence?
Yeah,
You read
I know
papers,
what
watch
it
the
is.
news. You know what it is.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do it right now so I can go.
Explain to me what your interpretation of DNA evidence is. What do you think it means?
Does anybody
What?
have like different DNA?
Okay. Specific to each individual. So what do you think is going to happen when we take a sample of your DNA and we compare it to the knife that we found? Your
You're going
DNA
to
is
let me
going to be
go
on
because
it.
the DNA will not match.
So your
Bro,
DNA is
you
gonna be
guys
on
are
it.
going in
The DNA will not
circles.
match.
And those cuts on your hand.
I told you how all of this happened to me.
So you obviously bled. We're going to
In my house
analyze.
in
We're
Ohio.
going to analyze the blood that you left. You understand? We're going to be able to type that blood back to you.
No, not your house in Ohio. The bathroom at your house where you killed your mom.
After the discussion of the DNA, she starts swaying in the chair for the first time, which is another red flag. She does have concerns about the DNA now that she's heard all of this information, which is an interesting reaction given how she will behave later on.
Did you see the police dog in there? Is that why you ran out of there?
Police dog.
Yeah.
Like police dog.
The police dog that was inside the parking garage when you came running out. Do you remember running out of the parking garage?
I
And
don't
running
remember.
to police officers? Do you remember that part?
I didn't run. I walked out of a parking garage and was ambushed.
That wasn't you either?
Wait, what?
That wasn't you either? So
I am not this Isabella girl. All this crazy fucking shit keeps happening, and I am not this girl.
crazy fucking shit. That's a good way to put it.
How would you feel if this was done to you?
I'd be scared if I were you.
I'm not really scared. I'm just a little freaked out.
So you're
seeing
not
all
scared by
happening.
this?
No, because the DNA will not match.
Do you have no remorse for what you did?
I did not do anything wrong.
So you don't, do you?
I am not
You could
Isabella.
just sit there and continue to deny this with a clear conscience.
I am not Isabella.
Really? You
Bro,
just sit there
clearly
and
something is
continue to
wrong,
deny
bro.
all of this.
I'm not denying anything. I am being truthful.
That's you.
No, it is not.
There's no question. That's you.
She's pretty.
Yeah, you're a pretty girl. That's
'Cause
you.
that's not me.
Yeah, that's up your Facebook account.
She's a singer?
It's not even a funny game anymore.
Why would she kill anybody?
That's what we want to know.
That is the question.
Why would Isabella kill her mom?
Isabella may not be able to answer their question just yet, but little do they know that there are multiple layers to the sick and twisted story. And the more they uncover, the harder it is to wrap their heads around such a shocking case.
Bro, what if she really has multi-personality or something?
What would cause somebody to become so enraged with their mother that they would kill? What would
I
happen?
don't know. I
What
don't
would it
know
take?
how people think. I stay away from people because they all
Well,
try
just
to
tell me
hurt
what you think. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
What are my thoughts on this whole situation?
No. Specifically, what would it take for somebody to kill their mother? What would make them so angry that they would do that?
Isabella engages in some grooming behavior here, which generally occurs when people want to be liked or viewed as likable by others. It's approval-seeking behavior. This is followed by her incorrectly rephrasing a question. It's clear that this question has increased her anxiety because not only has she repeated their question, giving her time to think about her answer, but she had to know they would correct her, giving her even more time to think.
I really have no idea. I would never kill my own mother. She may be a horrible person, but I don't have the potential in me to kill anyone.
Why is your mother a horrible person?
She hates me because I'm her illegitimate child.
So she
What?
hates you?
Yeah, I kind of ruined her marriage, basically, and they blame me for it.
So you got anger issues.
I don't have anger issues. I just left.
You hate your mom. That's
I
kind of
don't
an
hate
anger
her.
issue.
She's scary.
By playing into her lie and going along with her being another person, the detectives may be finally attempting to build some rapport with her.
Just scary. So I ran away.
Did your mom beat you?
She doesn't beat. She hurts with weapons like scissors.
Keep over.
Keep going. What's that? Hello?
Is
What's
this
that?
scar? I got that when I was a kid. I had stitches.
No, that's not. That's from stitches.
It is from stitches.
How did you get that?
Long.
Police dog, wasn't it?
Police dog.
This fella got bit by a police dog, has a scar on her right arm.
This is really freaky.
Yeah, that is really freaky.
So that's it.
What?
You
Yeah,
should
that's
just
it.
leave now.
We got the wrong person, we just let you
Yeah.
go.
Let you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like that.
Yeah.
See you later. Have a good day.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Gabriel Adams.
Gabriel Adams. You certainly know his phone number, right? Call him right here, we can talk to him. He can just clear this all up. What's his phone number?
He threw his phone away. I was
Come on.
meeting somewhere.
No.
They should have do that a long time, bro.
He doesn't exist.
That's the approach y'all should have taken first.
He's my soulmate.
No, that's laughable. That's laughable. You have a soul.
There's no professional explanation for the comment. That's laughable that you have a soul. Even some of the
What?
other comments could be possibly pointed to as playing the bad cop. But this goes
Right.
too far.
Right?
He's clearly letting his personal feelings about this crime lead the interrogation.
Right? Because
Someone
I'm
should be
like,
pulling him out of the
dog.
room.
I do have a soul. All living creatures have a
No.
soul, even
No.
animals.
People who do what you did, soulless.
Before police are able to find out exactly what the reason behind the heinous act is, they delve a little deeper into the tumultuous life of their suspect. In doing so, the detectives sit down to interview Ryan, who not only provides valuable information about his stepdaughter, but he also recalls the horrifying timeline of events.
I
Oh,
saw
it's his
Isabella, she had a blank
stepdaughter.
expression on her face. I'm not sure what happened with the knife she was carrying. It looked like she was still holding on to it. And I looked down and I saw my wife on the floor, blood everywhere, all over the bathroom. I was talking to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher told me, make sure you get her breathing again, get her airways open. I don't know CPR. But at that time, I looked at my wife's eyes, and I knew that she must not have made it. I just couldn't believe that it had happened like that. Isabella was in a rage like I've never seen before.
What do you mean?
Well, I could just hear her just pummeling my wife. I thought she was just hitting her with her fists.
Okay. So that thumping sound you were
Thumping sound, I thought, was you mean maybe hitting against the wall, and
Okay.
Isabella just pounding her with her fists.
Okay.
So that's what I originally thought it was, and that's when I called 911.
Although it hasn't been confirmed, it's possible that Isabella also used the baseball bat as a weapon.
That's
Tell me
what I
about
was
that. What
thinking.
was the reasoning for that?
She came downstairs where I was sleeping, and she said, I feel very uncomfortable with Isabella in the house. She said that Isabella had threatened her or cursed at her, and spit in her face
Okay.
when she was laying down up there, and rambled off some terrible things to her.
Okay. Did she tell you what those terrible things were?
She didn't specifically tell me. I know
Maybe
today,
Isabella's.
this morning she showed me an email that Isabella had written that was written to her or written to a Cecilia. So strange email, but it came to my wife. And I can't remember what the email said. It's on her phone.
Okay.
But it was very disturbing from Isabella. Something very weird.
The email sent by Isabella to her mother on the same day of the killing was chilling beyond words. It read, "You will pay." However, it wasn't made out to Yoon-mi, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Yoon-mi was so concerned about her daughter's behavior that she called 911 just hours before her demise. 4 officers arrived at the house, in addition to Isabella's biological father, Robert Guzman. Isabella was confronted while sitting on a swing in their backyard, but that had little effect on the teenager. She apparently spewed a string of insults to Yoon-mi, though it's unclear as to what was said. The officers warned the teenager that she should not treat her mother in such a volatile manner, stating that Yoon-mi was within her rights to obtain a court order and evict Isabella from the house if she felt it was necessary to do so. Isabella responded with nothing but silence.
They've had a bad relationship.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, they've had a bad relationship for years. She resents her mom very much.
Ryan states that at the age of 6 or 7, Yoon-mi sent Isabella to live with Robert due to her disobedient behavior. The pair had divorced when Isabella was just 3 years old, and Ryan and Yoon-mi began a relationship 1 year after. Yoon-mi's hope had been that her daughter would learn to respect others while living with her father. But it seems things didn't change. In fact, Isabella was supposedly continuing to act out, and apparently had a difficult relationship with Robert and his new wife.
And then she moves back in with you guys?
She moves back in with us at 14.
14. Has Isabella ever been, is she on medications? Or has she ever been
She's not on
doctor's care or anything like that? For any
she went to a psychiatrist for maybe a month. And the psychiatrist said, no, she's fine. She's just a typical girl.
How long ago was that?
What?
And maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that.
So today, after the police come out and speak with her, what was her attitude or her demeanor after that contact with the officers?
She seemed okay. She was friendly. Her dad gave her a big hug, but I don't think she was very happy that her mom called the police.
Following the dispute, Yoon-mi headed back to work.
We were in the house again. Together. No problems.
No problems. No. Any conversation?
Not much of a conversation at all.
Did she give you any indications that she might be plotting to do something like this?
Oh, no. I knew she was mad at her mom. I knew she was very, very upset at her mom, but I had no idea she would ever do anything like this.
Though Ryan didn't suspect it, she was indeed plotting something terribly heinous.
When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried?
Yeah.
When I ran away?
You got a pretty good memory, don't you?
I have a normal person's memory.
Okay. I don't think you're a normal person.
It took me like a week to get here.
Did you hear me? I don't think you're a normal person. I asked you when was the last time you cried.
I told you I cried when I ran away.
You didn't run away from anywhere. You ran away from a crime scene is what you did.
No, I did not.
So you cried when you ran away last night?
I did not do any of these things. I am not Isabella.
Maybe
oh, really? Why don't you just bring the DNA test?
Let's bring Robert down here.
Who's Robert?
Robert is.
No, I don't.
Robert could stand right there in that doorway and identify you. You're his own flesh and blood.
According to Ryan, Isabella and Robert were always close, even through thick and thin, but she can't see.
Is he her stepfather or a real father?
Ryan.
Or is there... Oh, there's Robert and Ryan.
That's
her stepdad.
You can have Ryan come in.
Oh my goodness.
Last saw you before you took off running from the police last night.
This is all her life, and he keeps saying it's mine.
He's the one that identified you. What do you think about that? We'll have him come down. Maybe you can apologize.
I'm not going to apologize to a stranger. What do you mean? I didn't kill anybody.
He would come in and stand at the doorway and lie about committing somebody who committed a...
Well, obviously somebody died, or this wouldn't be happening, but I didn't kill anybody.
Why would he lie about it?
I don't even know what you're trying to... I don't understand what you're trying to say right now.
Isabella's flat affect is similar to another case we've covered, Morgan Geyser, also known as the Slender Man stabbing.
Do you know where you are right now?
Not really.
Where do you think you are?
At a police station.
Morgan was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and again, this kind of flat, emotionless speaking is typical with this diagnosis.
Kathy,
what?
Come on, I'm Isabella.
Bro, the human mind is so complex, so amazing, but so crazy, bro. Like, these functioning human beings with just slight errors in their thinking, whether it be biological, chemical, based on experience, whatever, bro, but just some switch, some wire is loose in their heads, and it creates these like so abstract individuals that are so far removed from what we consider normal, and they will take the life of another human being, no questions asked. No questions asked, bro, but everything else about them functions perfectly okay. They can see like me and you. They can walk and talk. They got limbs. They could go to the bathroom. They get hungry. But just like that, they'll remove you from the world just like that, because bro, that's just crazy, bro.
Well, you guys are like, what? Didn't you say that this girl has no friends?
Well, the people that know you, they may not be your friend.
Detective sat down with Isabella's friend, Catherine Argueta, also known as Kathy, who gave a bit of insight on who Isabella was outside of her family home. Apparently, Kathy met Isabella at Overland High School, in addition to Isabella's ex-boyfriend, Ilya Abramov, who goes by Tony. The trio, along with Kathy's boyfriend, would apparently use recreational marijuana from time to time. Kathy explained that Isabella had developed a spiritual side to herself within the last year and had become increasingly quiet. Yet at the same time, there was a noticeable kindness that she had not previously shown, though Kathy didn't elaborate further. It appeared that things may have been looking up for her, or perhaps there was a more sinister intention behind this newfound enlightenment. Kathy goes on to say that she received a chilling text message from Isabella on Monday, August 26th, only 2 days prior to the killing. She angrily insulted Kathy using a derogatory term and ended the text with a shocking last few words. "I know what you did." Kathy messaged back asking what she was talking about, but Isabella didn't respond. However, on August 28th at 7:15 p.m., her phone buzzed once again. Isabella had sent another text, this time saying, "The astro beam has awakened." Utterly confused, Kathy responded asking for an explanation, but to no avail. Only a short time later would Isabella commit the unthinkable.
These are your bags,
Bro,
right?
what?
Yeah.
Isabella, what you smoking on, girl?
You're in the store, is that where you wrap up your wrists? H Mart?
Actually, these people were real nice to me and gave me these things.
But you bought something, right?
They paid for it for me.
Who?
This Asian lady took pity on me. Came all dirty. She asked me if I was okay, and I cried, and I told her I was trying to call my boyfriend, I could use the phone. She said, "You don't have any stuff."
I thought the last time she cried was when she ran away.
The clothes are mine. But she gave me the underwear and the pads and stuff. I didn't have money for it.
What?
So we go there to look at the videos. You won't be on the video?
I'll be on the video.
At the H Mart. They have surveillance cameras on the gate at the H Mart.
If you ran, go look and see if I was an H Mart, you will see what I was.
After fleeing from the scene, Isabella made her way to the H Mart grocery store, where she quickly caught attention due to her disheveled state and bloody clothing. A nice lady took pity on her, and in addition to buying her a few items, she also provided her own cell phone number in case Isabella needed anything else.
And what did you tell her?
Aww.
What do you mean, what did I tell her?
What did you tell her? Because we're going to call her and talk to her. What story did you tell her? What did you tell her?
She's Korean. She doesn't even speak any English.
We have interpreters. What did she say? What did you tell her?
Oh, we have interpreters.
What did you say?
Exactly the same thing that I told you.
Where'd you meet her at?
Where the receipt says.
To what?
Where the receipt says.
Where's that?
It's right by the garage. Where you ambushed me and basically kidnapped me out.
Okay. So you met her inside or outside?
Inside.
So you leave Ohio with all of this stuff, all your worldly possessions. This is what you travel across the country.
I told you, Gabriel said he'll take care of me. I didn't need to bring much.
But you can't get hold of Gabriel because you didn't phone.
No.
Does that make any sense?
You have to dump it.
Your story doesn't make any sense because it's not true. A 2-year-old wouldn't believe your story. Probably a 2-year-old come up with a better story.
Next, the detectives ask for her permission to conduct a DNA test. They're not surprised when she immediately agrees, seeing as it has been her most frequent request.
Right.
But what she doesn't understand is just how long it actually takes to obtain the results.
Please bring the DNA test now so I can leave.
You're not leaving, just so you understand that.
The DNA will not match.
Well, that you can.
If the DNA does not match, I will be free, right?
You can think that, but you are not leaving. Just so
Okay,
you know.
theoretically, if the DNA doesn't match, you have to let me go, right?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Yes.
Well, you've been identified as a killer.
I have not been identified. If the
eyewitness.
DNA does not match, then I will be set free.
Well, that's not going to be the case. We won't know that for months.
For
You're
What?
arrested for first-degree murder. You have no bond. You ain't going nowhere but jail. And you're not
She
15
said,
years.
what?
No, I'm not. You cannot do this to me. This is wrong.
Yes, we
You
can.
have to prove I am who she is before you can take me anywhere.
We know who you
Isabella,
are.
we're trying to give you an
Stop calling
opportunity.
me Isabella.
We're just trying to give you an opportunity to tell us what happened.
Stop calling me
See,
Isabella.
you don't understand. You don't understand.
My
the
name
full
is
impact
Samantha.
of this, do you? You don't understand the full impact. Yes, you're going to jail. No, you are not getting out of jail. There is no bond with first-degree murder. Do you understand that?
I didn't murder anybody.
Then we'll easily prove the case against you.
You can't prove anything because I didn't do it.
Yeah, we will.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, what's wrong with
You
all
have
of
no
you?
conscience. None.
I'm not evil. You don't even
Yeah,
know who I am. I'm just a random girl on the street that you ambushed.
No, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
I'm not evil.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Very.
The
They're
detectives
coming at her
continue to
hard,
remind
though.
Isabella of the consequences and telling her how terrible she is, and stating that she's the most evil he's ever sat across from, all of which hasn't got them very far. At this point, Isabella has been in the room with them for an hour. If she was in her right mind, most people would have asked for a lawyer by now. The
Right.
conduct of both officers is unprofessional, suggesting a lack of training and an inability to conduct custodial interrogations properly.
Exactly.
Somehow, despite their approach, they're just barely able to stay away from crossing the line into coercion. Though there's enough nuance here to argue that point from both sides. More importantly, they have completely abandoned the read technique and its core tenet of getting a confession through the use of empathy. The point of an interrogation is to be a listener and to create an open environment where the suspect can make disclosures. Even look at the table. It's cluttered and disorganized, creating an environment non-conducive to the sharing of information. Their methods of countering her denials are also interesting. It's generally sarcastic and closed off, not inviting Isabella to say more or to keep talking even in the face of having her denial dismissed. Everything about their actions appears intended to harass the suspect, rather than doing their best to support the dialogue necessary for a confession.
You scared the hell out of me. Because you have no conscience.
I scare the hell out of you?
Yeah, you have no conscience. You can do anything to anybody and
How
not even feel
do you do this thing?
Isabella states that she would like a DNA test as soon as possible, and the detective performs a cheek swab.
Say, for instance, somehow we've got this all jacked up, and you are who you say you are, and we've brought the wrong person in here. How would we go about trying to prove that you are who you are? Who could we call? Who could we get in contact
There's no way I'm totally... Why would I call somebody who stabbed me with scissors?
Well, I'm asking you a
That's
question.
all I got.
Okay,
Gabriel's waiting for me.
Can I ask you a question and just not have you interrupt? Because if we're making a mistake, we want to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't we start with who's your father? What's your father's name?
I don't really know. Honestly, my mom's kind of a crazy bitch and whores around a lot.
Okay.
She hates me because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay, so
all I know is that my dad's Mexican. That's why my last name is Gonzalez.
All I know is an example of a selective memory statement. It can't exactly be refuted, but it doesn't really answer the question. This is a big nonverbal indicator that she's feeling anxious about going deeper into this line of questioning. Look at how her blinking has increased. This is a subconscious stress
We can't really
response.
see that well.
However, we can't confirm that this is because she's being deceptive, as it could just as easily be because she's being verbally attacked by 2 police officers for the past hour.
okay, so your dad is Mexican. His last name's Gonzalez. Do you know his first name?
She wouldn't tell me.
So you don't know his first name?
No.
Have you met your father?
No.
So you never met your father?
I ran away. Gabriel, oh my God.
Okay, slow down. I want to get to the bottom of this. So Gonzalez is all you know? You don't know first name?
She called me Gonzalez to prove to me that I'm not good enough to be her daughter or something.
Where's your father from?
I just know he's Mexican.
Where's he
From
from?
Mexico.
He's from Mexico? So he's from Mexico, the country Mexico?
Oh, I guess, obviously.
Isabella is showing other signs that her anxiety has increased as well, such as kicking her foot and avoiding the question. Again, we can't say she's being deceptive, but her anxiety level has increased with this topic. She's either seriously, legitimately 100% delusional, or an extremely skilled liar. It's possible that this is something that has been said to her before, and that's why she's able to quickly push out a response. Isabella states that her mother's name is Sabrina Hicks, who lives at 2657 South Jamaica Circle in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, this address doesn't exist in the state, although 26 South Jamaica Court is located in Aurora, Colorado, right across the street from Isabella's home. But this would only be just one of her many bizarre statements to come.
What's Sabrina's birthday?
I don't know.
You don't know your mom's birthday?
I think that in this world, there's got to be 2 kinds of different moms, right? I heard about that horrible woman, Casey Anthony.
Okay.
There's 2 different kinds of mothers.
Hold up. Okay, I don't have time
There's
for
a
all this.
mother who...
Do you know your mother's birthday or don't you?
I don't.
Do not know.
She doesn't love me. I don't really know anything
Do
about
not know her birthday. That's the question. Don't. Okay.
No.
So your father is Gonzalez. You don't know his first name. Your mother is Sabrina Hicks, but you don't know her birthday, and you claim they both live at this 2657 South Jamaica Circle, Cincinnati, Ohio. You don't know the zip code. How about a phone number?
I disconnected the house phone like a while ago because you're fucking cheap.
Cell phones?
I don't have their cell phone numbers. We don't talk to each other. That's why I ran away. It's like...
Okay, where does Sabrina...
Not really my family.
Where does Sabrina Hicks work? Maybe we can go to her work.
She works at a grocery market.
Do you know the name?
We don't talk to each other. We're like strangers. She just hates me. She looks at me like with disgust. Oh, you illegitimate child.
Right. You poor illegitimate child, you.
The detectives ask her if she has any uncles or aunts, but she supposedly doesn't know. Next, they question her about Montgomery High School, where she claims to have attended, although this would turn out to be yet another lie. In actuality, Isabella went to Overland High School in Aurora, Colorado for a period of time before dropping out. However, it's unclear as to when she left the school and why.
What street is your high school on?
I don't know.
Well, you went to school there.
It's not that far from my house. I just
What
walk. I know
street's
how to
that?
walk. I don't drive. I don't
What
know
street is
street
it on?
name.
Because what we can do is we can go to your school, we can have officers from Cincinnati go to your school and see if we can
Why
contact
would you
your
do all
records.
that? Why
Because
can't
we're
you
trying to
just do a DNA
disprove
test?
we're trying to disprove that you're not this person.
That's great. Do a DNA test and it'll prove everything.
Well, I'm gonna have to prove it by more than one way. And the easiest way for me to prove it is if you can put me in touch with somebody back there in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I will not put you in touch with the people
We
that
can send them a
ran away
picture
from.
of you, and
Look at what
if they
she did to
say
me. I will not put you in touch with them.
if they can
If
say
find
yes,
out I'm
that's
here,
my
I'm gonna
daughter,
have to run away.
then you're out the door.
If they find out I am here, I'm gonna have to leave here again. I'm not trying to take another bus.
Hoping to catch her in another lie, the detectives ask if Isabella's picture would be in the Montgomery yearbook. Coincidentally, she claims to have skipped picture day.
Okay, so the high school yearbook's not going to work for this year.
Was she
Get your
quick?
picture taken when you were in 8th grade, the year before.
Pine Lane Middle School.
I'm sorry?
The name is Pine Lane Middle School.
Pine Lane. Okay. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one. There's a
Yeah.
Pine Lane here in Colorado. Did you know that?
Okay, there are lots of
No, it's Pine Lane Middle School. What do you think of that? Pine Lane Middle School. Same one you claim you go to
I don't go there anymore.
in Cincinnati, Ohio. There's one right here in Colorado.
Man, so fun. Aren't there like a million people are not creative with names?
Is your picture in their yearbook?
Yeah, probably somewhere. If you could find it. I don't know if you have that kind of technology.
Oh, we can find it. If it exists, we can find it.
The Cincinnati police say all three of the addresses you gave us, none of them don't exist.
Maybe they don't know every single address in all of
It's the
Cincinnati. Ohio.
freaking
It's a big
police
city.
department. If they don't know, who knows?
Yeah, what do you want me
Call
to do?
911.
I'm not Isabella.
We just want you to tell
Do
the
you
truth.
understand how complicated you've made this?
I am not Isabella. I know you guys know that.
Not only does she have palms up here, showing lack of confidence in what she's saying, but she brings her leg back up in a barrier position.
Okay.
If you're not Samantha, then who are you?
I am Samantha. I'm not Isabella. That's all that matters. I'm not a murderer. Yay, I can win.
Ooh, she's quick.
Problem is each lie you tell,
It's not a lie.
you gotta tell another lie. And then you forget
He's
the lies
trying
you
to
already
get her
told.
just
It's
now.
becomes so confusing and so
That's what-
overwhelming that you don't know what you said.
What do
The
you
detective may be
mean?
referring to the liar's loop here, but he doesn't really mention having to deconflict stories or anything, just the difficulties in keeping your story straight. Although the detectives are aware that Isabella is being deceitful, they are unaware of the disturbing and shocking reason as to why the heinous crime was committed. Time would eventually tell all, but authorities could have never predicted such an unbelievable ending to the perplexing case.
Have any friends
This
that
address you
know?
gave is bogus.
It's
The
not
Cincinnati
bogus.
police say it's not a good address.
It's a good
Well,
address
I
in
don't know what
Aurora.
to tell you.
How do you explain that? Are you
I don't know.
confused about the numbers? Are you confused about the name of the street?
Pretty fucking sure that's my address. Yeah, I've seen them write it down
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's a perfectly valid address here in the city of Aurora, which is where we're at today.
It's so obvious that I'm not her.
Really?
Yeah.
So she has the same scar you do.
Okay. It's
Merely
not the
another
same.
coincidence?
It's not the same. It's a little different.
Merely
I
a
have scar on my
coincidence?
arm. Jeez. Do you guys believe
She
in
was involved
destiny?
in a last night where her mother brutally stabbed her mother 151 times.
151 times?
In the course of that,
What?
151 times.
in the course of that, her hands got
Holy
cut, just
fuck.
like you. Another coincidence, you say?
Holy fucking shit.
You're found in a parking garage with a knife that appears to be the murder weapon.
You didn't find me with
used
a
in
knife.
this.
Don't
Another
lie.
coincidence?
You did not find me
Is
with
that
a
a
knife.
coincidence again?
Again, it appears that the detective is focused on being in control and having power in the interrogation room, rather than trying to work through the steps to get her to tell
151
the truth.
times?
He's using language where he doesn't even sound sure of himself. For example, saying appears to be.
You did not find me with a
Were you
knife.
found in
You
the
are
parking garage
lying.
where the knife was?
Okay, the knife was somewhere
Yes,
in there.
yes, detective,
Man,
that's
you're
true.
wrong.
Yes, detective, that's
I
true.
took the wrong
Okay.
fucking shortcut, man.
After an autopsy was performed, it was discovered that Yunmi had actually endured 31 stab wounds to the face and 48 stab wounds to the neck, a staggering
What?
79 in total.
I hope you catch her, but I'm not her. And when you take that DNA sample out this room, it will prove that I am not her. That's all the evidence you need. If the DNA
What?
doesn't match,
We don't
you
even
can't
need your
keep me.
DNA to prove anything.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
I watch forensic files. You can't lie to me about
It's TV.
everything.
TV show, you idiot.
So what do you
That's a
mean?
TV show. Do you believe everything they put on TV is real? How stupid are you?
I thought it was
Honest to
real.
God. How stupid are you?
Yes, it is
You're
real.
gonna go off some TV show. You're gonna put your life in the hands of some goofy ass TV show.
DNA is everything.
Answer my question. Are you gonna put your life in the hands of some TV show?
No, I'm
Is that what you're gonna bargain your life on?
bargaining-
Forensic Files says that you gotta have a DNA match.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait.
Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Isabella. Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
It is too.
No, it isn't.
He said it
Again,
is too.
completely inappropriate, no matter how frustrated he may be. With how the detective is yelling, cussing, and berating her, there's a chance Isabella could have a case for how verbally abusive the interrogation is.
We've been so patient with you, giving you every opportunity.
Oh my God! Please do.
Oh, are you getting upset? Are you getting upset?
You would, if this happened to you.
You make me upset.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've lied continually over and over and over today. You've wasted our time.
You're wasting my time. I didn't.
No. Your time means nothing from this point forward. Your time is counted in minutes, hours, and days that you're going to be spent or will be spent behind bars, looking out into a prison cell.
The detectives are at their wits' end with Isabella, who appears to be in no hurry to confess the truth, perhaps because they've done such a horrible job with this interrogation. And as we continue with Ryan's interview, a terrifying revelation makes its way into the light, proving that Isabella may have just been a ticking time bomb waiting to go off.
But my wife was just on pins and needles because of all that had happened around Isabella the last couple of days.
Okay. So has it seemed like things have gotten worse in the last few days between Isabella and her mom?
No shit.
It's what you told me. Yes. It's what you told me, yes.
And that's what she told you was the statement she had made?
The cursing at her and spitting in her face.
Okay.
And the email she wrote to that ended up in my wife's hands said something about you will pay or you've been cursed.
Okay. And your wife found that email today?
Today at about, I remember she showed it to me. It came in, I think, about 2:42, something like that, before the officer showed up.
And it was from Isabella?
From Isabella. But she marked it to a Cecilia. It was kind of funny. She sent it to my wife, but she made it out to a Cecilia.
Ryan states that neither he nor his wife knew anyone by the name of Cecilia, but Yoon-mi was absolutely horrified by the disturbing email.
What's your impression of her as a...
She is very hot-tempered.
Hot-tempered, okay.
Very hot-tempered person. It doesn't, and she runs her mouth like crazy. F you, F this, F that.
But how you let your child get that way, though?
She seems horribly depressed about her life and blames her mom for her misery. The only thing I can say is over the past couple weeks, Isabella has been very angry with her mom. Just a lot of anger. A lot of cussing, cursing, just a lot of anger.
Has something prompted that as far as you know of?
Well, I mean, sometimes my wife she's pretty strong-minded, and she would tell Isabella, no, you shut up, you get out. Or, it would go back and forth like that. So I'm sure Isabella took those things to heart.
Ryan recalls a previous incident he had with Isabella that provides a glimpse into just how quickly her temper could flare. Around 5 years ago, Isabella went down to the basement of the home to retrieve a fan that belonged to Ryan. When he didn't let her take the item, she supposedly retaliated with violence and allegedly punched Ryan in the face. Interestingly, Isabella is presenting as the complete opposite in the interrogation to how she's described by Ryan. But Isabella's reign of terror would not end here, as there was something much more sinister that would inevitably unleash itself in the most sickening way possible.
You committed a heinous... Okay, you're going to go to prison for that.
No.
You're not getting out of jail anytime soon.
No.
Okay? And the fact that you can sit there with that stupid goddamn look on your face makes me sick. It makes me physically sick to look at you.
Do the DNA test that will prove me right.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Why are you
Don't tell me how to do my job.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've come in here and tried to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
What do you mean?
You're putting your life in your hands today, my friend. Think about it.
My hands? That doesn't make any sense. Stabbing someone 151 times takes a long time. Wouldn't the police come before, whoever did it would be done?
Isabella, please.
How long
Do you think we're stupid?
I'm not Isabella.
Do you think we're stupid?
I am not Isabella.
Do you? Answer my question.
I don't think...
Do him and I look stupid?
I'm not insulting you.
Do we look stupid?
No.
Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe it?
No.
No, we don't believe your story. What does that tell you? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. You are a cold-blooded killer, and you're going to go to prison.
Man, you can't send somebody to prison if the DNA test doesn't match. You know that.
Like I said, we don't even need DNA to prove this case.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
DNA is everything. You can't say, oh, this girl murdered somebody, and we found another girl in a similar location that looks similar to her, so we're going to blame her because we can't find her, and we look bad because we can't find the murderer of this woman, so we're going to blame it on an innocent person, a little girl who still has her whole life ahead of her.
No, you don't.
You're gonna ruin
you don't
my
have your
life?
life in front of you.
You're gonna ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy
Your
bitch who
life
looks like me.
ended last night when you
No,
walked
I
out of
didn't.
that, when you walked into that bed.
I did not
Let me
kill
finish.
anybody.
While stating, I did not kill anybody, she awkwardly rubs her chin, and then her following hand motions don't match up with her words. This is a red flag that her anxiety is showing, and her brain is not matching up with her statements.
Your life ended last night when you decided you'll kill your mother. Because everything you do from now on is what the police and the government tell you to do.
This is all on camera, right? The United
Yeah.
States does have some sort
It's
of.
right there.
This is not Who Framed Roger Rabbit, okay? The DNA is not going to come back and match you because we're not the same person. Nobody's trying to frame you or anything. You got the wrong girl. You made a genuine mistake. People make mistakes. It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Isabella is turning the tables, now minimizing what she claims to be his mistake. Perhaps Forensic Files prepares people better for interrogation than some police departments. It's interesting to note that the officer appears to have corporal stripes on his left sleeve, yet he looks to be of at least middle age or older. For someone of that age to not have risen above that rank can speak silent volumes.
If I knew somebody killed their mother or stabbed him 151 times, I'd be out to get him too.
The detective is speechless, but no matter what Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case is far from over, and a most shocking revelation will soon make its way into the light, flipping the investigation straight on its head.
You keep making random accusations, but
Well, I'm
if
not
the
making
DNA
random accusations about
if the
nothing.
DNA
I'm accusing
doesn't
you of killing
match,
your mother.
if the DNA doesn't match, you can't keep me here, and
You
it will
stabbed
not
your mother
match.
to death.
It will not match. This girl stabbed her mother to death. She is not me.
That's you.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. And I'm really fucking angry that you ruined my fucking shitty day and made it even worse.
Well, welcome to the rest of your fucking life.
You guys are really mean.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We still like being lied to.
I'm not lying to you. And you know it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The detectives inform Isabella that they're going to have someone come to the station to identify her, but she responds, stating that she wishes to see her boyfriend Gabriel. However, they disregard her request.
What were you worried about last night?
Because I want to know where you spent the night.
In a fucking park.
In a park with a little red slide. I got all that. Someplace in Denver, but you know what street you're on?
No. I don't even know the fucking streets in Ohio. This place is even more confusing.
Let's get all mad about it.
Well,
thought I asked
of
a
course
simple
I'd be
question.
mad. What if someone did this to you? That's a terrible thing to do.
What is?
Accusing the wrong person and pointing a gun at him.
I didn't point a gun at
Gabriel
you.
is still waiting for me. I know.
He didn't point a gun at you.
Some bunch of other men did. Like 5 men just standing there, get down on the ground, or we're gonna shoot you, we're gonna tase you. Do you realize how terrified I was?
Have you ever had guns pointed at you before by the police?
No. This is the fucking scariest day of my fucking life.
Scariest day of your life. Okay.
Having your mom hurt you is one thing. Having the police confront you with guns and saying they're gonna tase you and you're a fucking murderer, you did this, you did that, you stabbed a bitch 151 times. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. To think that I might, or you would even consider sending the wrong person to jail.
Isabella shows a bit of doubt here, stating to think that I might. For a moment here, there's a glimpse into her wondering if her world is real. Whatever her brain has done to protect her from the trauma of the terrible thing that she has done, she's doubting it now and almost lets it slip. However, she cuts the sentence off and holds on tighter to her delusions to avoid facing what she's done.
We would never call
Forever.
anybody that got stabbed 151 times a bitch. We never said that.
That was your
No, I was
word.
calling her a bitch. Isabella.
Hmm.
Are you confused?
A little. You
I'm
said
confused
stabbed a
too.
bitch 151 times was your statement.
Mm-hmm.
That was your statement.
I'm so upset. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just too upset and I'm fucking saying shit backwards. I don't know. This is a really bad day.
Isabella claims to have run away from her home in Ohio, where she took a bus to Colorado. Not only that, but her supposed boyfriend Gabriel is apparently waiting for her at the French Quarter apartment complex as they speak. Once again, the detectives aren't entertained, and instead bring Robert, Isabella's father, into the interrogation room.
Who's that? That's my baby.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Come on back out here a second. Do you recognize her? Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Isabella. What's her last name?
Guzman.
Isabella Guzman. Okay. This photograph here. Is that photograph? Is that your daughter there?
Yeah.
And this is your daughter here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll see back here and then we'll see about the method. Okay. Just like falling back in.
Is he insane? Does she have like a crazy family, like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom? My name is Samantha. Who's that man?
It's impossible to know if Isabella is delusional or if she knows she's making stuff up and lying.
Bro, she
if
gotta be
someone is
crazy,
faking,
bro.
They will break the lie, especially an adolescent. They just can't keep it up that long. It may be hard to believe, but the chances are that she's really this delusional.
She gotta
So
be,
we're all
bro.
lying and that man's insane? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, he probably is insane. Why don't you do more research on this fucking guy?
Do you think that it was just a coincidence, another coincidence, that that gentleman came down here tonight?
I'm not Isabella. I am Samantha.
Isabella, that's your father. Okay? He's your biological father. We know that. That's the
That's
reason.
Isabella's dad. I'm not Isabella.
Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella. My name
That's
is
the reason
Samantha.
we asked him to come down here. Okay? Like I told you, we were trying to do everything in our power to verify who you are. Okay?
You know what?
This whole thing with Samantha, I
It
think,
seems
is
like
can go out
total
the
sex to
window
me. It
because
seems like total sex to me that a girl who stabbed her mom 151 times probably has a completely mentally ill family. And he probably thinks that I'm her or something because we look similar. Man, you're making my life hell.
really,
Yes, please.
that's your big concern right
Take me
now.
to French Quarter so I can see Gabriel.
That's your big concern is how your life is.
Yes.
Do you not have
He is not my father.
do you not have any concern for how his life is?
No, who the fuck is he? His fucking problems are not my own.
Okay, do you not have any concern for
That's my
your
baby.
mother?
God, you know how creepy that is?
Do you not have any concern about that?
I think that's really fucking terrible. Yeah. You should never
Your
kill
only
your mom.
concern is about you. Through this
This
whole
is
thing,
my life. My life. Her life is not connected with mine. Why the fuck do we
we've
have
been
to
trying
look
to tell you all along that this is about your life, because this is about your life. This is an opportunity for you to try to make sense or help us make sense of what happened last night.
Isabella once again tries to reason with the detectives, but what she fails to understand is that she's only digging herself into a deeper hole.
Okay?
Yeah, you seem like a nice person who made a genuine mistake. I'm not mad at you. Please just do the DNA
listen
test.
to me. You have no business judging me. Okay?
What do you
Do
mean?
not judge me. Do not tell me I'm a nice person.
He's not my
Do
dad.
not tell me anything like that that makes me mad. Okay? We're doing everything we can to try to give you an opportunity. If you continue to just sit here and dick us around, I think we're done being pleasant. Yeah, life is hard.
Typically, when a detective mentions an opportunity, they then expand on this by showing what this opportunity is going to do for her. However, they don't do that with Isabella, essentially never giving her a good reason to confess.
What we know is that's your father.
That's not my
walked into
father.
this room and
That's not my
identified you.
father. Ah, this can't be happening to me. No, I'm not going to prison for the rest of my life after this. No, please take me back to Gabriel.
I think you're going to feel a whole lot better if you just tell us what happened.
This may be the first time the detectives display a more professional attitude.
Right, they finally getting it together.
Bitch, Isabella, bitch. She's ruining my whole fucking life.
Isabella, there's more people we could bring in.
Stop calling me Isabella.
You could bring your boyfriend in.
What boyfriend?
You could bring your
What
stepfather in.
boyfriend?
Well, didn't she just say what?
We know their names. We've talked to them.
In reality, Isabella's supposed boyfriend Gabriel would turn out to be a complete fabrication. However, Isabella did have a boyfriend, or an ex for that matter. Detectives sat down with 22-year-old Ilya Abramov, also known as Tony, who was just as shocked at the horrific crime. But what authorities didn't expect was that the young man may have been concealing a secret of his own that also involved 18-year-old Isabella. Apparently, their relationship ended over a week before Yunmi's death, after 3 years together, but that wouldn't be the last of their encounters. Tony states that a couple days before August 28th, he returned to Isabella's house to drop off some of her belongings. However, when Isabella opened the door, she was furious and tried to attack him with a golf club, though it's unclear if Tony was injured. Apparently, the couple had parted ways because Isabella believed that Tony was cheating on her with their friend, Kathy. Though he asserts that this never happened, Isabella was enraged.
Oh, Kathy, that's what happened with Kathy.
You went there at all that day? Somebody saw you there that day. Your stepdad said you came by the house, walked in the house.
Isabella, you crazy.
Some stuff.
Oh yeah, I grabbed my stuff from the closet.
I didn't see her. So you were there that day,
But I didn't see
you didn't see her. Where was she at?
I don't know.
Okay. So when you go to the house that day, what time is it when you go there then?
It was around 5.
So 5 in the afternoon?
Yes.
Tony says that he tried to call Isabella. When he didn't receive an answer, he walked in the house. He remembers seeing Ryan, but they didn't speak to each other. Tony made his way to Isabella's room, grabbed some of his clothes, and left the house, all without seeing his ex-girlfriend. But there may be more to the story than he's letting on.
Why do you want to come into the police station and start lying to the detectives? What's your deal? You went to her house twice that day. You went in the morning, she chased you away with a golf club, and then you went back that afternoon.
Tony has just confessed to another lie, where he had previously stated that his violent interaction with Isabella happened prior to the day of the killing. Now, the detective is more suspicious than ever. But the topic of conversation suddenly shifts to Isabella and her home life, where Tony divulges some shocking information. Apparently, Isabella had at one point mentioned to Tony that Yunmi allegedly tried to poison her, along with their dogs. She apparently became very sick after eating something from the fridge, and claimed she'd smelled an odor of bleach emanating from the dog's water bowl. Although these accusations have never been confirmed,
Right.
confesses that he has never witnessed a physical altercation between Isabella and her family members, but rather verbal arguments between she and her mom. And last but most disturbing, Isabella supposedly disclosed another alleged incident where Yoon-mi apparently poked herself in the back of her head with scissors, reportedly stating that she wished for she and Isabella to die together. But the detective isn't buying the claims and continues his efforts to untangle the web of lies, although poorly.
Yeah, that's the really bad part for you is you just turned 18 a few months ago, so you're going to go to prison forever.
Stop calling me.
Isabella has completely shut down. She's closed off and as close to the fetal position as she can get while staying in her chair. Her level of anxiety at this point is astronomical.
Don't bring the crazy man back in here, please. So what's the deal? Why the fuck did that guy say that he's my father?
Really? Come on now. You know why. He is your father.
You? No.
He's sitting in the next room over here, okay? And he's in tears because he wants to know what the hell is going on with his kid.
That's not my problem, that's his.
Okay? Well, yeah, I guess when you're just a selfish, callous, heartless
Right.
person like yourself,
Why are you
you would have no feelings whatsoever for your own
Why are
father.
you insulting me?
Clearly, you had no feelings for your own mother. So I don't know why I had to be at all surprised by
How's it
that.
going?
But yeah, he's wondering why his own daughter, his own flesh and blood would
Don't always
act
have
that
been.
way. But you know, I just found out
Always
something
will be.
different. You want to hear what I found out?
What?
Okay. You were at H Mart today? Yes?
Yeah, some fucking Asian market. I stopped by there on the way because I needed fucking
Can you
pads.
sit up, please, so I can hear you? Stop talking into your knees.
I stopped by there because I needed some fucking pads. I was hoping somebody
Right.
would be nice enough to let me borrow them, and she actually bought me some shit.
Okay. She bought you those clothing items right there?
She didn't buy me clothing. The clothes are fucking mine. She bought me the fucking pads and the underwear.
The detectives are in possession of more information than Isabella is aware of, yet she continues to lie. That is, until the truth is staring her right in the face.
Funny thing just happened. Somebody called the police department from the H Mart. Guess what? They got video down there. Guess what's on that video? Yeah, you at H Mart.
Because I was there.
Okay. What'd you tell those people down there at H Mart happened to you?
Then I ran away.
No. There's something else. You told them something else about you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
Just kept saying, I was.
Sit up. Don't talk in your knees. It's disrespectful.
What'd she tell him?
What did you tell them?
Told him the same shit I told you.
No, you told them something else too.
Okay.
Did she confess to them?
I told you the truth about who I am because I have to. You're the police. I'm not required to tell the truth about my life to anyone else. Okay?
Let me ask you a question. When you went into H Mart today, were you covered in blood?
No.
Oh, yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You're on the video. You went into H Mart and you told them that somebody tried to sexually assault you.
HD. I knew it. I knew that's what she was gonna say.
I have blood all over my
Yo,
hands.
too many girls be
Anyway,
claiming that,
when I
bro.
got the chance to clean it, I left the switch already. They gave me some proper nail scoring and shit.
Crazy, yo.
I did tell them something because I needed help, yes. Not for. But I did not tell them about my family and my mom, okay? I did tell them someone tried to kill me, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't want them to know all about my family. They're not the police. I don't have to tell them who I am, I just needed help. I'm ashamed of who I am. It's better to be the victim than the abused, beaten girl. Yes, I lied to them.
What?
But I have not lied to you.
But that's not the story you told us. When you sat down here and we asked you about these bags and where you got them and the
Yes, the
circumstances,
clothes are mine.
that's not the story you told us.
The pads I got for me. And they gave me proper bandages.
Yeah, that's
I had
not
some
the story you told us, okay? Plain and simple, it's not. You told us something completely different,
I'm scared of them.
didn't you? You told us something completely different. Did you lie? Right?
I haven't lied.
Yes, you did. That's a lie.
Please do the DNA test. It will prove everything. And then I can be happy for the first time in my life. That's all I ever wanted. I wanted true love like I want in my books.
The detectives then confront her with yet another piece of evidence, where they explain that the H Mart video camera shows a bloody Isabella walking into the bathroom. When they checked the contents of the room, they found clothing and bandages, all with large amounts of blood. Isabella only responds by saying that she's being framed for the horrific crime.
Stop acting like a victim.
I am a victim.
No, you're not. You're not a victim of anything. The man who's sitting in the room next door who came in here and identified you
He must be
as
crazy.
as your father is a victim.
He must be crazy.
It would have made more sense that instead of saying she's not a victim, they could have played into her saying she was mistreated by her mom to minimize the crime and make it less morally reprehensible, and therefore
Right.
more likely that she confesses.
That's the only
Okay.
answer I can think
Your
of.
stepfather, Ryan, is a victim.
He must
Okay?
be crazy.
Your mother, who is now lying
None
down
of
the
those people
coroner's
are my
office in
family
Arapahoe
members.
County.
I don't understand how you think I'm her. It's obviously not her.
No, we're not even going there anymore. We're not debating the fact that it's not you. We just want to know why you did it.
That's not up for argument.
I can't go to prison.
You're going to prison.
No.
Yeah.
It really seems as though they think they can just bully her into confessing.
I didn't do it.
You did a horrible thing. We want to know.
Isabella did a horrible thing. Stop calling me her name.
The detectives once again question Isabella about the reason behind such a gruesome act of violence.
How long had you been planning to stab your mother and kill her? Was it something that just cropped up, or were you planning on doing it for a while?
You. I really hope you fucking find Isabella.
Did your mother say anything to
I
you?
hope I don't fucking end
when
up
you
in
started
prison and when you
attacking her?
find Isabella. Instead, I'm like, oh, we're sorry, Samantha. We found him.
We've given you all
I
the
thought my life was
opportunities.
going to be better when I ran away. I guess that's only going to get worse. I'll probably get fucking in prison too because I'm pretty.
Isabella has said multiple times how pretty
What?
she is, and this could be a sign of her having narcissistic tendencies. However, it's just as interesting that she switches to show anger and aggression here. When she realizes she's not going to get away and that her story isn't going to work, she starts acting like the Isabella that her stepdad described. It makes you wonder about the veracity of her delusions.
I don't think you're pretty.
That's mean.
Whoa.
Isabella turns her body towards the corner of the room and begins to cry. Likely not for her deceased mother, but rather the fact that she cannot escape the ensuing consequences.
I need to DNA test and everything. I don't want to walk around in dark.
You're going to jail. You're not going anywhere.
Man, fuck you.
Well, that's the way it's going to be.
We have done it tomorrow. Have a look at the wounds, and then we'll build a total now.
Just try to go to the hospital.
He said, I don't think you're pretty.
That's fun to make.
You're not going to
Same
fucking
stuff.
jail.
So, I'm sorry.
You're not going to fucking jail unless you fucking Photoshop my fucking eyes.
Okay. Good still
Do you see her fucking face? She has fucking brown eyes.
Okay.
I hate you fucking people. All you people fucking suck. And that bitch is probably fucking crazy as shit and she's gonna go kill somebody else. At least you can take some happiness in that.
Why do you think I was being happy?
I'm gonna die, at least you're fucking going down with me.
Alrighty.
What?
Can you stand up for me?
Bro, she's psychotic, bro. Y'all need to get her some help, bro.
Why?
No, we're gonna get your hands stitched up. Both of them. Put your hands behind your back.
Why? Why are ow, that's where it's at.
Okay, hang on. Just relax.
Let's take a fucking DNA test on that.
Because it hasn't been 6 to 8 months yet, like I told you.
I hate you.
I know. I suck.
My name is Samantha.
Right to the end, Isabella refuses to acknowledge her real identity, though there may be an explanation behind her sheer roller coaster of a story. After being charged with the first-degree murder of her own mother, authorities still had one unanswered question: why? But they would have their long-awaited reasons soon enough. As it turns out, Isabella was suffering from schizophrenia, where she experienced delusions for years. But in a shocking revelation, the teenager was supposedly hearing voices and asserted that Yoon-mi was not her mother, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Had she not taken Cecilia's life, Isabella believed that the world would come to an end. Because of this, she was found not guilty by reason of insanity and
I knew
transported to the
that.
Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo. However, in 2020, 7 years after the brutal killing, Isabella claimed that she was ready to be released, stating, "I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health." In 2021, she was granted permission to leave the facility for therapy, in which she must wear a GPS tracker. However, there's no telling when or if she will ever be permanently released, or if her visits outside the facility will be limited only to therapy sessions.
Bro, that's nuts though, gang. That is crazy. I'm telling you, man. Gotta protect your mind, yo, cause when that thing goes, yo. People be doing all kind of whatever and have no recollection of it, bro. And like scary.